Friends, those who are in the audience, and also the eminent members of the panel, myself as a member of the National Alliance of People's Movements, speaking from the Narmada Valley today, is thankful of the organizers of this program. The Muslim Youth League of India has taken the right initiative to save Lakshadweep. This should be an issue close to everyone's heart, at least those who today in the pandemic time realize the value of the natural resources. And in order to save those and not to face death without even oxygen, it is necessary that we challenge and expose the political policies, laws and assaults which really are killing nature and people. Everyone knows today that the Lakshadweep island and 70,000 population on those 35 islands is facing hell. That is because the administrator who is appointed after one bureaucrat, Mr. Sharma, is Praful Patel. He is known to us from Maharashtra as an accused, if not in legal way, but accused by the society at large for the suicide committed by the Member of Parliament from Dadra Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu. And that is the Union Territory which he has been an administrator from. And Mohan Delkar, the MP who committed suicide, was always pro-people and was, as it is accused by his son, harassed by Mr. Praful Patel. Now this Praful Patel is the administrator of the Lakshadweep Islands as well. But his background was one of the Home Minister from Gujarat, and that shows his political linkages. At the time when Amit Shah was the accused in a very serious case, he was appointed by our Prime Minister Narendra Damodar Das Modi. And then he has taken over of Lakshadweep as well. But how is he behaving as an administrator? It's absolutely anti-democratic and anti-environment decisions that he is imposing upon the population of Lakshadweep. He is killing the minimum democracy with no state assembly in Lakshadweep. The single MP from Lakshadweep belonging to NCP party is now a panelist in this panel, which shows that the people's representative is supporting the Save Lakshadweep campaign, and that is because one after another the decisions taken by Mr. Praful Patel is absolutely against law, constitution and also democracy. He has opened up the island even during lockdown for the tourists from outside, and that has resulted in thousands of positive cases of COVID. It is also true that he is going ahead with tourism at any cost. He has brought in the Lakshadweep Development Authority regulation of 2021, which shows that any land in Lakshadweep, any natural resource can be taken over by the government without consulting and without really taking the participation of the people and the Panchayat Raj as well. That this project is up to. This is being more and more centralized and giving to the limited number of contractors with a condition that 150 crores worth assets must belong to that person who can become a contractor. This is to rule out the local contracts and local contractors and allow the outsiders from the so-called mainland of India to enter and impinge upon the resources and the rights to those of the people of Lakshadweep. Now the quarrying, mining, tourism, without following even environmental laws and without even making the 2013 land acquisition, but with fair process of social and environmental impact assessment applicable to Lakshadweep, which should be indeed, that is going to really cause a havoc. It can lead to not only illegal but uncontrolled and unmonitored kind of extraction of resources and destruction of the same. Now this island, which really is a beautiful and bountiful island, and that's why the livelihood of most of its population really depends on the tourism, but people-centered tourism of a kind up till now is being demanding the proper health, proper educational services to the population there. No doubt the population is 95% Muslim, but the issue is not of Hindu versus Muslim. The issue is one of the state and its people relationship that is being raised by the people of Lakshadweep. But this particular dictatorial regime based administrator has created a havoc in a different way. His policies and decisions has led to closure of the schools. Can you imagine that? It is not giving attention to the fact that there is no health facility beyond primary health centers on 3 of the 10 islands where there is habitation. And even the 3 islands have the worst or the minimum of the medical facilities. Now in the COVID pandemic, therefore, that should have been the priority. Instead, the priority is to open up the liquor shops, which were stopped not only because Islam opposes it, every dharma guru has been opposed, and the Article 47 of Constitution is also promoting prohibition as a directive principle. But instead, this administrator has opened up Lakshadweep to liquor as business, and that is also going to ruin the island. It is also stopping of the meat as the food habit of the Lakshadweep people. And why so? There is no reason for controlling in a democratic framework what the eatables and the eating and drinking and dressing culture or tradition of any section of population, which is being opposed by a number of people's representatives and all of us, whole and soul, across India. The same thing is happening in Lakshadweep. But Lakshadweep is an island with habitation that is lacking in vegetables, fruits, pulses, cereals. In such a situation, they have to depend on meat, but the poultry and the animal dairy activities are also being stopped by an unjustifiable decisions and orders imposed by this administrator. All of this is also supported with the Prevention of Antisocial Activities Act that is brought up. Same like Bihar, when the NDA government exists in Bihar in 2021. But this is used as an anti-activism measure all over India and now in Lakshadweep also. And this will lead to catching the activists as terrorists and stopping them from raising questions and challenges. It is really appreciable that the Students' Union and the population of Lakshadweep as a whole is raising its voice and gaining support of a number of politicians like the members of parliament from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, from Kerala, from Karnataka, in between which these islands really lie in the sea. But the fish workers, farmers and the common people who are living on arts and crafts are also being sacked of their source of livelihood. So they also have joined this struggle, and we support it because today the central government and the Modi model and paradigm of development that is being pushed may be used by Praful Patel like administrator for gaining lots through tourism, and the other corporates also will get their entry into this beautiful and bountiful and peaceful island. But we as Indians have a duty to support the people's struggle for people's rights, people's democratic participation, and no dictatorial rule either in Lakshadweep or anywhere in India. Hence, we support the people of Lakshadweep. Save Lakshadweep, save India. Save democracy, save constitution.